It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning and welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on the Thursday, June the 8th, 2023. Coming to you from Central Virginia, Bedford County area near Lynchburg. We got a whole bunch of stuff to cover this morning, and folks, there's a possibility my oxygen delivery could come while the show is on, which may mean that I have to pause for a second, but that we'll see what happens. The headlines today, the top story this morning is plans revealed for a zero-emission ship. How about a voyage to Sri Lanka? A super yacht sold to pay its creditors. No winner in the Pullmantur auction. And win a Porsche. That and a lot more live here this morning at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which also includes my plan to clear up the air quality situation on the East Coast. If you're listening via the podcast, you're always welcome, of course. You can access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. All the big guys just search for travel and cruise industry news, and up pops the fat travel guy. If you're listening via the podcast and you want to jump over to the video feed to see pictures like I'm going to be using here just shortly, or interviews or videos, whatever, there's always a link in the description of the podcast for you to access the video feed. Okay, the air quality, folks, here in Virginia. Yesterday I was talking that I hadn't noticed anything around here yet. And it's still, maybe I could call it a little bit hazy. However, our air quality has dropped to poor as of this morning. I'm staying inside, so don't worry about that. Up and down the East Coast, it is far worse, including the closing of LaGuardia Airport several times this morning, which, of course, has got all the flights up and down the East Coast all screwed up again. But I've come up with a plan, folks, a plan to enhance the air quality. There are 535 people in Washington, D.C. There's 435 members of Congress, and there's 100 senators. Now, I know it's virtually impossible to get politicians to do anything together. I don't care whether they're Republican or Democrats or liberals or conservative, green, white, red, blue, makes no difference. None of them can ever agree. That's the key here. We have to make sure that they will all do this. Now, what I want all 535 of them to do is stand up and face north and just continue with the bull that they've been spouting off all morning. Okay? That amount of hot air will blow this smoke right back to Canada. That's my plan. All right. On to some more serious things. Where is it? There it is. This is our buddy Amy. And this was the message I got from Amy's sister. She says, Amy continues to improve, but her drain still has too much fluid to remove it. Also, she continues with some anemia, so the doctor may give her a unit of blood to tank her up for travel. They're still waiting to see if they will release her tomorrow. Or over the weekend. It's all up to the doctors and the travel insurance company who arranges repatriation to the U.S. Thanks for all of your prayers and good juju. Love from Akureyri in Iceland. She's been in the hospital there for a while. All right. Hot Air Tom was in Belfast, Ireland. There's a couple shots from Ireland, and the bus there is the tour bus that he was on. And this is a shot of the scenery in Northern Ireland. Again, I love the British Isles. I'm one of those extremely strange people is get me out of the cities and I'm fine. I don't particularly care for London. I don't particularly care for Paris. Barcelona I like, but most of the major cities, just pick me up and put me 20 miles outside the city and I love it. This would be a perfect example. That gorgeous, lush scenery in Northern Ireland is fantastic. And there is my oxygen. Wonder if Gene will hear that. All right. I'm going to take a pause, folks. I'll be back in a second. I'll leave you looking at the scenery. Come on in. Back. I'll get these. Alrighty. Okay, I'm back. A little out of breath, but I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. All right. This was from our friend Elizabeth down in Cozumel. A lovely evening last night in Cozumel. All right. Next on the agenda this morning, Rochelle said she's back to one of her favorite places, the village of Oia in Santorini, Greece. It's one of the most photographed areas in all of Greece and absolutely gorgeous. And I agree with her assessment wholeheartedly on that. It's a picture just of the scenery in the lovely Santorini, Greece. Unfortunately, my trip there got canceled this week. I talked about that on the show yesterday. So one of these days I'll get there, just not as I had planned. And this is from our buddy Kevin. I haven't talked about Kevin for a while. He is in Seyðisfjörður, Iceland. Took me 15 minutes to say that. And my guy here is going to need me to sign my life away for the oxygen he just delivered. And then we're going to get to Michael and Donna Philippus. They are in Kona, Hawaii. And this is just some of the various scenery from Kona. And where is it? Okay.
You need 4 foot or 2 foot.
There you go.
You need 7 foot or 4 foot cables.
Oh, yeah. A couple of those.
Maybe 6 of both.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Yes.
All right, so this is from Michael and Donna, and they're staying at the, what's the name of the resort? The Hualalai Four Seasons Resort in Kona. Of course, I love Hawaii. It's just gorgeous anywhere you go. This was kind of interesting. Danger, no lifeguard on duty. Caution, man of war. Caution, sharp coral. Caution, slippery rocks. Caution, sudden drop off. Warning, dangerous shore break. Warning, high surf. Warning, strong current. Danger, waves on ledge. Danger, beach closed. Danger, no diving. Danger, no swimming. For emergency, call. And yet folks will be out on that beach. This I thought was absolutely wonderful out there in the middle of Kona. That is a completely accessible trail. So, I could go all the way through that on my chair. I could do that on my scooter even if I could get there, but definitely with my chair. So that's Michael and Donna from Hawaii, Kona, Hawaii. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so I gotta switch things up here, folks. All right. Now, we can get over to the news portion of the show. The top story this morning is a zero-emission ship. The plans were released. Hurtigruten, I never can say that right. Hurtigruten Norway has released plans for its inaugural zero-emission ship designed in collaboration with a consortium of 12 maritime partners and the research institute SINTEF. This groundbreaking project, initially announced under the name of C0, introduces the concept of the world's most energy-efficient cruise ship. The CEO of Hurtigruten Norway, Ida Phelan, reflected on the ambitious vision of the C0 project. When we initially announced the project over a year ago, we were faced with the challenge of not knowing which technologies would be available for us in 2030. Our task was to pave the way for new innovations and enhance existing ones to align with our sustainability objectives. While some of these technologies have reached a relatively advanced stage, they still necessitate dedicated research and development to ensure successful implementation within the maritime context. On the other hand, certain technologies are still in early development and require fundamental research and thorough testing. Phelan's statement also mentioned the challenges faced by the consortium, with technologies at different levels of development and various hurdles to overcome before they can be implemented. Hurtigruten aims to transform its entire fleet into zero-emission vessels by 2030, folks. That's not far away. A monumental step in a world where only 0.1% of the ships use zero-emission technology. As companies strive for sustainability, the C0 initiative might serve as a blueprint for future development. Congratulations to these guys. It uses a combination of all sorts of features, including retractable sails with solar panels, artificial intelligence maneuvering, and contra-rotating propellers. Other unique additions include advanced hull coating, air lubrication, and proactive hull cleaning. They're a little different. And they're going to look a little different. This particular ship is 443 feet long. It's designed to accommodate 500 guests and a crew of 99 members in 270 cabins. The C0 project has entered into a 2-year phase of testing and developing the proposed technology. It's focused on achieving a 50% energy reduction compared to Hurtigruten Norway's current ships. This involves optimizing energy use for onboard hotel operations, which consumed half of the ship's energy. So, interesting project. It's going to be interesting to see what they develop and how successful they are. But, I mean, to me, folks, it's just terribly encouraging with what these various companies are coming up with and developing. I mean, we've long had a black eye from all the pollution that our cruise industries have caused. And it's just going to be terrific that there is going to be a future with us all being in a healthier sailing position. So, all right, are you still looking for a gift for Dad? Well, how about giving him the gift of mobility with a new scooter or power chair? Savings are available until June the 18th. You get 10% off site-wide on all scooters and electric wheelchairs, and that is Scoot-Around and Will Power Chairs. You can shop online or call 844-664-7467. Use the promo code DAD2023. Promotion valid only on power chairs. Discount does not apply to rentals or other services offered by Scoot-Around. You can also use the code SRN11137 when you purchase something, and that will support this channel. Okay. The next story this morning, Cordelia Cruises, with its MS Empress ship, started in international voyages to Sri Lanka, with the inaugural sailing being flagged off by Sarbananda Sonowal, the Union Minister of Port Shipping and Waterways in India. There were a whole bunch of notable dignitaries at the ceremony. The new travel brand Cordelia is dedicating to providing exceptional experience to its guests, aiming to enhance the cruising experience. The new route signifies a significant development in India's maritime tourism industry. Through this extraordinary cruising venture, Cordelia aims to deliver the pinnacle of luxury, hospitality, and excellence, exploring the beauty of Sri Lanka, indulging in exquisite cuisines, enjoying breathtaking views, and providing an unparalleled experience. Cordelia Cruises strives to ensure that this voyage becomes a once-in-a-lifetime trip for all passengers. All right, guys. I'll be back with several more stories after a quick word from one of our network sponsors. A high-end cruise ship that was operating in the Kimberley region has been sold to repay its creditors. By the way, the Kimberley region, folks, if you're not familiar with it, it's in Australia. But it's unlikely that the $4 million owed to unpaid customers will be returned. Island Escape Cruises New Zealand left numerous customers in a financial bind after abruptly canceling voyages along the Kimberley coast last year. Shortly after the cancellations, the company went into receivership and the vessel was seized at Broome Port, that's Kimberley in Western Australia. According to a recent report submitted to the creditors, the luxurious 175-foot boat was sold for $5.5 million, which is significantly lower than its estimated value. The urgent sale was conducted by the federal court in order to reimburse international creditors, namely the Bank of New Zealand and Export Finance Norway. Unfortunately, due to the underselling of the vessel, unsecured creditors are unlikely to receive refunds for their canceled vacations. Island Escape Cruises New Zealand, led by Eric Helseth, went into receivership last August, and subsequent investigation into the company's finances were initiated. The company had promised 12-night cruises along the Kimberley coast, and the news of the cancellations devastated customers. The boat, named Island Escape, was seized by the federal court-martial, and an urgent sale was ordered on November 30th. On January 13th, it was sold to Paspali Group for the highest bid of $5.5 million, and the transfer of ownership took place in February. All right. Speaking in similar terms, the Pullmantur auction for the brand ended with no successful bids. Part of the company's liquidation process, the auction had been announced in early February. According to reports in the Spanish media, the insolvency administration of the former cruise line was approached by potential buyers during the tender process. One of those potential buyers, I understand, was Hot Air Tom. No binding offer, however, was officially placed, and the auction ended with no winner, despite Hot Air Tom's bid of $10.74. The process had minimum bids fixed at 177,000 euros, with interested parties also required to submit a full payment schedule. Potential buyers needed to submit an operation structure as well, in addition to the business plans that they intended to develop with the Pullmantur Cruises brand. After the end of the tender process period in late March, the administrator told Spanish authorities that a new auction will be required for the sale of the brand. The auction process won't fix a minimum bid, said El Economista, a Spanish website who had access to Pullmantur's insolvency documents. Founded in Spain in the early 2000s, Pullmantur filed for reorganization amid COVID in 2020. With a fleet of 3 ships, the brand offered different itineraries across the Mediterranean, Caribbean, South America, and the Middle East. So, Pullmantur is still on the books. How would you like to win a Porsche? Huh? Princess Cruises and Exponential Fitness announced a new contest with an opportunity to win an all-electric Porsche Taycan, according to a press release. By participating in the Walk to Win Porsche contest, fitness and cruise enthusiasts have a chance to win a custom-branded Taycan valued at $100,000. Eligible for the contest are U.S. residents of legal age, excluding residents of Colorado, Maryland, Nebraska, and North Dakota. I wonder why. To participate, candidates can use Exponential Fitness XPass app and achieve a 30-day fitness streak. Another way to qualify for the contest is by using Princess Cruises Medallion Pay shoreside when shopping on vacation at over 250 merchants in 28 destinations throughout the Caribbean, Mexico, and Alaska. The contest combines the entire portfolio of Exponential 10 premier fitness brand members with Porsche to create excitement for the Princess Cruise vacation, said John Paget, president of Princess Cruises. All the contest rules are available online. Entries for the contest will be accepted through May the 3rd of 2024. Thankfully, folks, that ends the news portion of today's show. So let's hop over and see who's fussing at me today. Yo, Brooklyn in the house. Hey, Eddie. Kenneth is here. Good morning, everybody. Nikki, by the way, Nikki, I have sent messages to several of my folks, and the information I'm getting back is Viking can't do that. As long as they're sailing from a U.S. port, they've got to comply with the ADA. So I'm still hoping to get some direct information back, Nikki, but I'm on the fight. We'll see what we hear. Nikki says, Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. Nikki says, Eddie, was Alice's flight canceled? Steve's here. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Steve. Hot Air Tom is with us. Hello from the Irish Sea. We just departed Belfast. Love your pictures, Hot Air, as much as I give you a hard time. I do enjoy your pictures a lot. Joanne's with us. Hi, Joanne. Emily's here. Hello, Emily. I'm getting used to you coming in every day now, Emily. Could be a problem. Our April 15th cruise was canceled this week. Yeah, we know. And Kenneth knows they have already booked another cruise, Hot Air. So it's a Western Caribbean cruise. So anyway, that's what's happening in that scene. Joanne says, still horribly smoky here in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I just have to get all those folks in Washington to huff and puff and blow. I mean, they do all the huffing and puffing. We just got to get them facing north, and we'll clear all that crap out. Fraser's with us. Hi, Fraser. Fraser's my Scottish buddy. Sonny's with us down in Mississippi. Welcome, Fraser at sea, Emily says. Our air is still unhealthy. Yep. Ours is better than yours, Em, but it's getting worse. Another day, hopefully it's going to start getting better before we get really worse here. There's Robin. Hot Air, they are booked on the breakaway that leaves Rome on April 16th. Since the 15th got canceled. Looking forward to seeing Greece. Yeah, man, I really wanted to see Greece. So Sonny says smoke may reach her down in Mississippi today. Dennis is here. Good morning, Dennis. Looking outside my window, not orangey outside, but it's windy. Well, windy's good. That'll help some on the air quality. And hope we get enough wind going, we'll get this stuff dissipated and blown out. But I was looking at that breakaway cruise and waiting on Chillie to decide if he wants to do that too. No air on our TA, so we need to figure that out. Yeah, get all the politicians to face north now. That's what my suggestion is. And all they got to do is just keep doing what they do. And all that hot air, blow it on out. I think that's putting our natural resources to absolutely perfect use. Tom, tell so Tweety I say hello. Okay, I missed out on something. Ireland is my absolute dream vacation. Yeah, Rob, I love Ireland. I've been there a couple times. I love Wales too. You know, the last 2 days for Hot Air Tom have been some of my favorite times I spent in the British Isles. One of my favorite days, I went into Myrtle Tydfil, Wales. Now I'm going back 50 years ago. 50 years ago, that would be yeah, maybe 40, 45 years ago, something like that. Went into Myrtle Tydfil, Wales, and found a lady who remembered my great grandmother who used to live there. How about that? I mean, she was a child, but she remembers my great grandmother. I thought that was one of the coolest things I've ever done. Gorgeous in Belfast, I agree. Get your mask, Sonny. Now, if I should have to go outside today, I will grab my mask, but I'm not planning on it. The bus Chillie showed was not my tour bus. Oh, okay. That was the shuttle bus to the city. We had a normal 55 passenger bus. Okay. Okay, Hot Air. I missed part of that. I do remember you saying that now. So we could see Scotland. Oh yeah, I meant to point that out in that picture. The one picture I said, let me see. I can go back and show that because I meant to point that out when I was going through it. I hope it didn't eat that picture, Hot Air. Let's see where Hot Air Tom is. That's Mike. That's Rochelle. There's Hot Air Tom. Emily. Huh. No wonder. It ate the picture, Hot Air. So give me a second here. I'll reload that sucker. As I was flipping through it, I didn't think about not having it. Now I got to find it again. Hot Air Tom, there it is. Okay, so it's coming up now, and there we go. That I meant to show that as I was going through it, and the machine ate it. But that's from Northern Ireland, and you can look across there and see Scotland faintly in the distance, even with the haziness of the day. But yeah, Robin, I love that part of the world. Again, get me out of the big cities, and I'm really fine. I don't care for, the big cities, you go once and you do all the touristy things in a day or two, and then you get out of town. That's how I like most European countries. So, but then that's just me. Taiken. Okay. Oh, is that just two syllables? Taiken? Or is it Italian Taiken? I'm not sure on that one, Dennis. Tom, are you on the Ireland cruise? I know that Robin's next cruise she wants to book. And Nikki says, thanks, Chillie. I haven't heard from our TA. It's a puzzlement. Yeah, something tells me that that's somebody saying something that they don't know what they're talking about. But I've got to find out if there's some reason why specifically on that ship. I don't know. I mean, do you have a handicap accessible cabin, or is it just a normal cabin? That might be an issue. But if I'm correct, Nikki, you're going to be using your scooter or chair, whichever it is. I forget. I got too many of these things running through my head. Still hazy skies, but orangey like Mars. Orangey skies, and what's next? Dust storms and locusts. Yeah, that sounds good. Chillie, wear a double mask unless it's an N. I have N95s here, Dennis. but you should stay indoors. I'm planning on that. A Porsche Taycan. A Porsche Taycan. Okay. And the village on Santorini is Ia. Ia. Okay, because that must be an O-I is pronounced E. Ia. Okay. Ia Santorini. I'm not surprised I screwed that one up. That goes against the rules that I know. Of course, I don't know all the rules. This is a British Isles cruise: Southampton, Portland, Cork, Dublin, Liverpool, Belfast, Kirkwall, and 2 more in Scotland. Ends in Stockholm. Got to find a post office in Kirkwall tomorrow to send Cindy a postcard. Yeah, send her a picture. Send her a postcard of that castle you bought for her to go be cold and damp in. That would be good for you to do. Hi there, Tom. We booked an accessible cabin. Good. The plan was to use my Airhawk. It's not easy to roll. Yeah. It's not easy to roll and I lost you. Oh, it's not easy to push without power. Yeah, I got you. Now I see it jumped, the script jumbled up. Yes, Santorini has an open A as in father and roll the R. Santorini. Father. Santorini. How good is Dennis with Irish? The pronunciation of it's Cove. Yeah, that's correct. Dennis. I had that hot air Tom on the show a couple days ago. There's Mr. Bucket List. Hi, Justin. Dennis will get you if you don't say it right. He absolutely will. He's my pronunciation coach. So, and I appreciate every time he gives me a lesson, guys, because it's helping me to be better at what I do. So, our governor said that the Adirondacks is the only place in New York to have clean air right now. Well, good for them. Yep, I know. It was a test. Okay. All right. That's going to wrap me up for today, folks. I got the Cruise Amigos coming up in 45 minutes. By the way, John is back home. He got home last evening. It was apparently a complete success. He was feeling so much better. And I have not spoken directly to him yet because I didn't want to bother him. However, it was his plan to come on the show today, even if it's just for a few minutes. That's going to depend entirely on how John feels, but that would be awesome if he is able to make an appearance. But anyway, thank you guys, all of you guys, for your thoughts and prayers for John. He needed them, and apparently they worked. So, because he was, as he was driving, he wasn't driving home, he was riding home. I think Ronnie was driving him, but he was feeling so much better. So I'm very pleased about that. Justin, I want Chillie to sound like a prof. It's with love. Sound like a pro. Oh, yeah, a pro. It's with love. Yeah, I got you, Dennis. And I try. Dennis, you're teaching all of us too. Yeah, thank you. That's why I talk about it as much as I can. All right, guys. that's going to wrap me up for today. Hopefully, I'll see everybody back for the Cruise Amigos. I will get that promoted around my normal things. It's already up on the community tab on the YouTube channel, but that'll be starting at 12:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Of course, that's 11:30 a.m. Central Time, and that's 5:30 in British summertime. So, and I guess that's, what is that for Dennis? That's 4:30. No, it goes the other way. 6:30 Dennis's time, I think. Anyway, hope to see everybody for the Cruise Amigos. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising. And one of these days, we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a fantastic day. Hope to see you guys for the Amigos. Later.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you'd like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.